Today, we are going over every single thing you need to start a photo booth rental business. Let me clear this really quick. Everything we're going over today, these are the tangible things, right? I'm not going to be talking about, forming your LLC or getting a tax ID number or a bank account. These are just actually like physical things you need. So we're gonna go over that. Let's wait a little bit longer until we get some people in here. If you're watching this at a later time, we do go live, so make sure to follow us. Every single thing you need. I'm gonna try my best. Hopefully, if I forget something, you guys remind me. Let me know where you guys are watching from, what state, what country. I love to know where you guys are coming from. Fan Fave, what's up? What's up? All right, let's just wait a little bit longer. We're going to be going over everything you need to start a photo booth rental business. We're talking hardware, backdrops, props, all the way down to a router, printer, everything. We're going to go over everything. So let's just wait. We're only 1 minute in. Let's wait another minute. Actually, we'll wait until 3 minutes until we get more people in here because I want to make sure we get enough people in here so I don't have to repeat myself. So yeah, it's important. It's important to know the equipment, especially I know a lot of you guys haven't started your business yet, and you're probably, the worst thing you can do is get a photo booth and then realize after all of the things you need. David, what's up, man? Okla? What's that? Is that short for Oklahoma? Perfect, perfect. 1 more minute. We're going to get into it, my friends. 1 more minute. All of the things you need. I'm even going to show you guys all the way up to the extension cord. The extension cord we use for the deluxe booth. Yep, and this is all just referring to iPad photo booths, you guys. If you have a mirror booth, that's not what we're going for. This is just iPad booth. So, Kay, hey Drew, it's Kenya Davis. Can't wait to see what you have because I need a good extension cord. Love it. Heck yeah. Perfect. All right, let's just get into it. I think we have enough people here. So first thing you need, right? And this is not in any particular order. You're gonna clean this really quick. Your photo booth, right? I know a lot of people when they think photo booth, they don't think of this. They think of a tent. No, this is your photo booth, right? It's known also what we call a shell. We have the Digi, the Deluxe Duo. There's also the party booth, but this right here is going to house your iPad, right? So you could throw your iPad inside of the stand. Here, let's rotate it really quick. So that's where your iPad goes, right? And then the iPad, the photo booth isn't just to hold the iPad, my friends. It's also for the source of light. So holds the iPad, source of light, keeps everything sturdy. And since we're talking about lights, I think every photo booth owner should own extra lights. You can buy these on Amazon. Man, you guys just missed out. There was a sale on yesterday for Prime Day. You get 2 of these lights and 2 of the tripods. So let me bring this over here. I don't care what photo booth you have. Everybody needs to have extra lights just in case, So if you type in on Amazon LED light bar with tripod, you'll see these for $90. You put one on one side, one on the other. So if you ever do have any issues with your ring light, you have these. Or if you're in a situation where you do need more light, you can use these. So lighting, we got lighting done. Let's talk about extension cords. Yep, this is not the most interesting stuff here, but... And if you want links to all of this stuff, or if there's anything I'm mentioning here in this video and you want the actual link, I'm going to give you my email address in a minute. So get a pen ready if you can. Just say, hey, Drew, I watched the live. I want the link to XYZ. So this is the extension cord. It fits perfectly in our booth, our deluxe booth. So you see how that hole goes like that? The extension cord is like this, and then it exits this way. And then we're able to plug in everything, right? And then you close the back door and you lock it. Extension cord, okay, here's the thing. 20 to 25 feet but you should also have an extension cord that is only 6 feet, or like a 10-foot one, like a shorter one, because there's plenty of times where you don't need that 20 and then it kind of becomes a headache. So I think it's a good idea to have multiple of those. We're moving forward. Gaff tape. You guys do not use duct tape. You need to use special tape, and this is the tape you're going to use. Gaff tape is important because, let's just say, right, I'm running my extension cord down this way. I'm going to take this tape and I'm going to put it over the cord so no one falls. Also, you just never know when you're going to need this. There's been time when I had an outdoor event. I forgot my sandbags, and I taped down the feet to my backdrop, and it literally saved it from flying over. You'll never know when you need these. Another thing, right? Screen cleaner. Let me see if I have any here. I might not have any here, but these are just, here we go. Yep. Some spray and microfiber cloth. There's actually one on Amazon that we use. You literally want to make sure you're wiping down your mirror if you have a deluxe booth, and also your iPad. If your iPad's in here, you want to make sure you're cleaning it, especially the camera lens, because you don't want any smudges. So very, very important to get these. I just bought these. They're amazing. Love it. Hey, Arcade360, what's up? What's up? David's saying, yes, Oklahoma, new Luma booth stand. Love it. Yes, please, links. Okay, perfect. Here's my email. If you want the links to anything I'm mentioning here, email me and ask for it. It's photobooth101info@gmail.com. So my company, photobooth101. So photobooth101info, info@gmail.com. All right. Yo, what's up, man? Good to see you, DJ for real. So perfect. We mentioned the basics, right? Other things. I hope I have one in here. Do I? Let me check my bag. I'm probably surprised if I have it in here. I do. Okay. This is a lifesaver. This is a 2-prong to 3-prong adapter. So there's some venues that have old outlets to where you can't use a 3-prong adapter. It's so old it's 2. This is when you plug this into the wall so you can use your extension cord for power. 100% worth it. I think it's like $4 on Amazon. You'll be happy when you need this, but you won't need it often. But when you do, you're going to thank me. Okay, since we're talking about power, I think it's a good idea to invest into a battery pack. This right here this won't require you to use your venue's power, and sometimes power's not available. I've had this thing at a wedding where the power went out in the wedding, and we were the only people there with power. So about 10 minutes, the photo booth everyone was using it because it was the only thing that had power. A lot of people left the venue, but the party kept going because we have this. This is the Jackery Explorer 1000. They also have a newer one. This will power the ring light and the iPad for the deluxe booth. If you're doing a completely digital event, you guys, 16 hours. If you add the printer, maybe you get 5 hours out of it, 4 hours. So that is what we're using, and let's move forward to printer. Might as well, right? There's 2 printers that we use, the DNP model and then this model over here, which is the Hi-T. You can find both of these on our website, photobooth101.com. The differences, some small differences. The Hi-T has a little screen here that tells you if there's any errors. You can also check how many prints are left on here. The Hi-T is a little loud, and I'll be honest with you, it sounds like it's broken. So like, let me just show you. You just listen to the noises. Does not sound good, but that is how they all are. Trust me, I have like 6 of these things. I've had them. They all sound like that. But another positive of this one is it has very, very affordable prints. One of the most affordable prints you'll find on a printer. So you have these 2. This one doesn't have a screen, but if you have any errors, there's little, it says paper, ribbon, error. It'll flash and it'll tell you. And just so you can hear, doesn't sound as bad. But I know this is a stupid thing to care about, to be like, hey, it sounds bad, but I know how people are. Specs are pretty much the same. You know, the specs are pretty similar. You can't go wrong with either one. This one will hold 700 prints on a fresh ribbon and paper roll, so you get 700 prints on it. So if you don't want to be changing out your paper and ribbon as often, buy this one for sure. It'll come in handy. But this one will hold 500 prints, and it is a little bit cheaper. And again, if you do decide you want to get this printer, if you want one of the catch trays, we do offer those, and that catch tray for the DNP is included. Okay, so again, we talked about printer. You will also need, you see this is empty, right? You need paper and ribbon. That's what we call media, right? And you have to make sure you're buying the specific one for your printer, because you can't just buy any. It has to be specific, and we do sell this as well, photobooth101.com. And let's talk about printing. The way we like to print, right? With our printers, we use LumaBooth. I highly recommend you invest in either a MacBook or you invest in a PC laptop. So you will need a laptop. It's the most reliable way to print. You have the laptop connected to the printer. Your iPad will tell the laptop to tell the printer to print, so you can print wirelessly. And this is a travel router. You can buy this on Amazon, 30 bucks, 35 bucks probably now. And this can create a Wi-Fi signal, not internet, a Wi-Fi signal, so you can print without relying on internet. And I do have a video, you guys, on my YouTube channel about this. I do recommend you buy well, let's move forward. I don't even think I talked about it. You need an iPad. What iPad? Well, that depends on which photo booth you get, right? So for the deluxe, it's either the 12.9-inch iPad Pro, 3rd generation or newer, or you can pay a little extra to get the 13-inch iPad. The DigiBooth, however, you can fit a lot of other iPads, the 9th gen, 10th gen, 11th gen. We just made that option. So your iPad, now we'll talk about internet, right? Let me flip the camera really quick. Which iPad to get? This is something I hear all the time, like, hey, I'm not sure which one to get. So make sure you have the model, the generation. You have two options. You have iPads with cellular only, and then iPads with cellular and Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, iPads with Wi-Fi, and then also iPads with Wi-Fi and cellular. Those are your two options. Okay, go to our website, photobooth101.com. You can find everything there. So a Wi-Fi only iPad means, right? So let me grab an iPad. It's a little easier to talk about it when I have it in my hand. Okay. So if this was a Wi-Fi only iPad, this means if I want to run my software and have people text, email, photos, I need internet. And the only way to get internet on this Wi-Fi only iPad is to connect to an outside source of internet, whether that's the venue's Wi-Fi or a hotspot device or my phone creating a hotspot signal. That is very, very, very important, is to make sure you understand that. Because if you need internet, you're going to have to rely on something else. I think it's better to get Wi-Fi plus cellular. And let's just say if this was an iPad with Wi-Fi and cellular, that means I have the Wi-Fi option. I can connect to an outside source, or the cellular means that my phone carrier is charging me 20 bucks a month, but it has its own internet just like your phone does. You know how you can just turn your phone on? You don't need to be connected to internet. You have service, you can use that there. Or you can buy a hotspot device. So if you have a Wi-Fi only iPad, make sure you buy a hotspot device. You can go to T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, Cricket. It doesn't matter, right? They have it for you. So let's take a little second here, read the questions. DJ For Real, they also make Velcro tape for cables. If you have this booth in a carpeted room, some venues complain about gaff tape. Perfect segue here. So I love that. Moving forward, this is optional. I don't know if I have one in here, but red carpet. I have a real shitty one here that I don't use. So a red carpet, right? This would be a great option to have if you do have an event and the floor is carpet. Instead of putting tape down, you can put the carpet over the cables. I think it's really good for cable management, and it also does make the setup look a hell of a lot nicer. Another option, and you can buy that on Amazon, gold stanchions, you guys. These are poles with red ropes. Very good, like to do on your booth like that. Or if you have a 360 booth, you can literally use these stanchions to like a barrier to where people just can't rush on the photo booth. And that's always an issue. And you can use these golden poles with red ropes as to form a line, right? So if there's a lot of people waiting for your booth, you can say, hey, please stand in line. Everyone goes there. $130 on Amazon, I think, last time I checked. Other things to get. A wagon. Yep. I can't believe it. We're talking about wagons. Nope, don't have one here. So a wagon would basically be to carry miscellaneous items. Like maybe you throw your printer in the wagon, your media, your backdrop, or whatever if you have to. It's a good idea to have it, you know. There are times where you have to walk an 8-minute walk from the parking lot to the venue, and a wagon can help save 3 trips. It can make it 1 trip. And if you do the math, that's 8 minutes there, 8 minutes back. You know, that could take 30 minutes. So a wagon can definitely help. Now talking about, we're gonna just go through it, 2 backdrops. All right, so backdrops. I think it's necessary. However, you can buy a photo booth and have the software do a digital backdrop, but people want physical backdrops at their parties. It makes everything just look better, the presentation and all that. So these are the ones that I recommend. The ones that we sell, Photo Booth 101, you can go to Amazon and get really cheap ones, but just understand that those are gonna fail and they're gonna break. Trust me, I used to have a cheap Amazon backdrop in here just to demonstrate the difference, and like I moved it 3 times and it's already broken. So the backdrops are literally what people stand in front of. So if I'm standing right here, let's just assume you guys are the photo booth. This is my face. You get the design in the back. Ours are double-sided. I don't want to make this sound like I'm pitching you guys, but these are actually the best backdrops that you can get. Photo Booth 101. Also, let's just say you're like, you know what, man, we want something enclosed. You can buy a LED inflatable enclosed backdrop tent. We don't sell them, but they are on Amazon. I think like $300. It'll blow up. People can come in there, and it's kind of nice. It's actually pretty easy to set up. It's just a headache to break down. All right, mobile gamer. The fully loaded reviews. I have a USB-C only iPad photo booth. USB-C only iPad photo booth, but only fits the 12.9. Can I use a 13-inch on it? I don't know. I'm gonna probably, I mean, if you have our photo booth, there is an option for you to use the 13-inch. You just gotta make sure you select this faceplate. If your photo booth is like an older model, of any older models, I'm gonna probably say no. King David, what's up? Zach, what type of booth do you recommend to buy right now? Look, I know this is gonna make me sound like a bad salesman. The best photo booth for you to get is one that you can afford and one that will allow you to start today. That's the God's honest truth. You know, I would love to sit here and be like, buy mine. Mine is the best idea. But, you know, if your budget's $500, you're not going to be able to buy a photo booth here. But if you're asking me like, hey, what's the best one to get? Not even going to second guess it. This is the best photo booth. Deluxe Duo. We have it on sale right now for basically $2,300. Also comes with this travel case, like so. 4 wheels. You're not pulling, you're not yanking, you're rolling into the venue. This little handle here goes up, down. There's little rubber garments on the back to make sure you're not scratching up the venue's floor. And let's just say you're like, you know what, Drew, that's out of my budget. Well, we have the Digi booth on sale right now for about $1,500. This one doesn't come with the case, but it does come with travel bags. And you also have the rotating capability, which is a new feature. So yeah, these are the booths. Hands down, this is the one that we're using for pretty much all of our events. If we're doing pickup options, we're using the Digi booth because it's more affordable. Photobooth101.com. M&M photo booth events. Drew's backdrops are A+. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Fan fave. I love the red ropes. Philip, would you say more than 50% of your events are birthday parties? No, that's not true. Not at all. Actually, no. I don't know the percentage, but we do a lot of weddings. Recently, we've been doing a lot more corporate events. If I had to put a number on it, maybe 30%, maybe. You know, you got your quinceañeras. Well, those are birthday parties. We do a lot. It's weird, man. For some reason, we've been doing a ton of 50th birthday parties lately, which is kind of I'm like, you would think it'd be 21, right? Like, but I don't know. People are celebrating being 50 for some reason, more than anything else. Zach, what about the software associated with the booth? How do you go about managing that? Additionally, do you think printed or digital is more preferred? Okay, yeah, I'll get to the software, but the software, let me see, is the software associated with it? I don't know what you mean by associated with the booth, but with our booths, you can use any software. We're not pressuring you into one. You're not tied into one. I know there's some equipment where they're just like, hey, like this is the software you have to use. You can use Luma Booth. That's what we recommend. Most affordable, and it has more than everything that you'll need to run a photo booth business. So that is $18 a month or $195 with our sign up link for the year. And I'm telling you, it is cheaper than most softwares. I highly recommend Luma Booth. We also have a ton of training videos on it. We also have a group chat with over 300 members in it that use the software. So if you have a question, right, you can hit up the chat. Your message gets sent out to 300 people. So yeah, we have really good support for that. And if you guys want access to that support chat, you have to sign up for the software for the year using our link. You pay $194.99. Then we will email you the link to join the chat. Or let's just say, hey, Drew, I already have it. I didn't use your link. You can buy access to it. One-time fee of $50. Okay. So back to things that you need. Software, I just mentioned that. It's not like a tangible thing, but without your software, you literally just have an iPad in a stand with some nice light. I'm trying to think. You know what? This is actually... Okay, and I'm not plugging this just because we own it. You guys don't have to buy this, but this thing has saved my ass so many times. This right here is the Photo Booth 101 checklist tote bag. It has like everything that we need for our events in it, like on it, so we're not forgetting anything. So let's just go through it here. iPad, right? Your iPad charger, but I include that with the iPad. Booth cords, booth keys and tools, hotspot optional. Business cards. Okay, perfect. That's what we forgot. I think it's necessary, you guys. Business cards, business cards, business cards. I can't tell you how embarrassing it is. And to be at an event and someone's like, hey, can I have your business card? They're interested, right? They want to work with you. They want to hire you. And you're like, oh, I don't have any. It's like the worst feeling in the world. Like for me, when that happens, I like lose sleep over it because I'm like, damn, that could have been a person that booked us. That's like $500 out of the, yeah, it's $500 you're out of. Prop table, okay. I was like, I know there's something, and this is optional too, right? Prop table is exactly what it sounds like. It's a table. I recommend you guys get a 4-foot table if you're doing props. I personally think the 6-foot table is a little bit too big. And unpopular opinion, I think a prop table that has less items on it is more efficient and effective than a few prop tables or a huge prop table. Think of it like this. If you're at a restaurant and there's a menu and it's 80 pages long, you're going to feel overwhelmed, but you're also going to be spending 5 times longer trying to make a decision. At my photo booth, I don't want people to take long. I want them to go in and out. I want it as quick as possible. Why? Well, because one, more people that use it better, but also it's a hazard. It's a hazard if you have a line going all the way down the hall. People are blocking exits, and it's just not a good look. All right, another thing I think that you guys need would be cell phone. Obvious, right? Well, yeah, you need a phone. This isn't for making phone calls. This is your content creating camera. You don't need a $3,500 setup like this, right? You don't need it. This is the camera you should be using because One, you know how to use it. It's light, it's easy. Make sure you have storage. Also, I highly recommend you guys invest in what are these things called here? A little battery pack. I know I have one here. Well, anyways, you know what they look like. A little battery pack to charge your phone. The last thing you want is not to get content at your event because your phone's about to die. What else, Drew? What else? Backdrops. Okay, let's talk about it. So I mentioned the LED inflatable. Those are good if you're indoors. I don't really recommend it if you're outdoors. But on Amazon, dude, this was $100 the other day. It might be a little bit more. There's a canopy. It's a canopy that will say photo booth on it. And I'm going to actually, this is actually really important. I really do want you guys to get this. It's like a easy up. And it will say photo booth on it. It's one of the most affordable things that you can buy, I think, for your booth. And we bring this with us. And if a customer doesn't provide shade like we agreed to, I'm charging them $100 non-negotiable for us to put the canopy up so we can make sure the photo booth has shade. So let's go to Amazon. You're just going to type in photo booth canopy. Because I don't think it does it justice, right? I just showed you what it looks like to not together. Photo booth tent. Okay. So it is right here. Dude, it's $100 still. I own, look, I just purchased one March 12th. I think we needed an extra one for an event. So look, it says photo booth on it. The whole thing fits in this little travel bag here. It has wheels on it. The case sucks though. It's really hard to maneuver it. But yeah, $100. You can't beat it from that. You can't beat it from that price. Regan, I'm not in the group chat at the moment. Didn't know there was one. Yeah, the chat's if you bought the software for the year using our link or if you bought access to it. And the reason why it's like that is we get a commission when you guys buy for the year. And I do have people in the chat that I am paying to be there. So it's not like it's free. There's money involved, especially because I want good support for you guys, right? I don't want you to join a chat and no one to help. But am I forgetting anything, you guys? Am I forgetting anything? I'm like looking around, but I think that's about it. You know, obviously too, right? You can always get doubles, right? Doubles of everything if you want to make sure if anything goes bad that you have a spare. That's what I meant, like a spare. But you know, I don't know about y'all, but I love to practice the day before events. And that way when the day before, I make sure everything's working, printer, iPad, whatever it's being used. And we load up the car. And the only thing that changes from testing it the day before to the day of the event is just the location. So it's always good to practice. You just never know. Kay, best websites to create our business page. I think GoDaddy is what we use. GoDaddy makes it simple. I also have used Wix and Squarespace. Pretty damn easy to get the website going. I really do think it's a good idea to make your own website. I mean, obviously you can probably pay someone to build you a kick-ass website, but you know, I'm not a fan of having to rely on somebody to make a change. You know, so like, let's just say you want to run a flash sale or you want to change your pricing or something. You got to ask somebody because, you know, if they did it, you probably don't know how to do it. What's the thickness of the props you offer? You want me to go measure it? Let's go measure it. Prop table. Oh, also too, for the prop table, you can go on Amazon and you can buy a table skirt. So there's a table skirt that goes over those plastic tables to make it look, how can I say it? To make it look nice. So it doesn't look like a plastic. What is the measurements of this? It's about 1/4 of an inch. And here's some other things, right? Some other things that you don't need, but you could get. So if you're earlier I mentioned you should have your phone to be able to film content at your events. Do you think Amazon backdrops are worth it? No. I think you'd be wasting your money. I can't tell you how many backdrops I sell. Our backdrops are actually our number one sellers. These are what we sell the most. I can't tell you though how many people come and buy these backdrops because they bought them on Amazon first and the quality was just trash. But these are the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Again, this is a waste of money, but there's a camera here. You can record content if you're at your event just by looking versus being kind of a, this is obvious you're filming, right? So, other things you need. Water bottle. Yep, we're talking about water. If you're at your event and you're staying there and you get a long line and you're thirsty, you're gonna have to leave your booth unattended, and I know a lot of people don't like to do that, so I think it's good to have some water and a snack. If you're gonna, look, if you're gonna be at an event, right? Let's just say they hire you for 4 hours. I'm sure you're gonna probably say, Drew, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to eat. 4 hours, I can wait. Let me break it down like this. It's not just 4 hours. There is an hour, maybe a little longer for setup. Packing everything into your car if you're doing it the same day, that could be a 20 to 30 minute process. Checking everything, making sure you're good. Driving, what if it's a 45-minute drive? And then breaking everything down and driving home. You guys, a 4-hour event can take you 8 hours or 7 hours. So stay hydrated. I recommend too, maybe have some caffeine. I don't know about you guys, but I run off of caffeine. And I think that's about it. I think that's pretty much everything I can think of. If you guys are saying like, hey, Drew, you forgot something, please let me know. I didn't write any of this down. I've just done so many events I can remember off my head. Okay, Zach Taylor, do you print or do digital photos primarily? 95% of the events we do are digital. However, right, the other 5 being prints, 95% of our leads want prints. This is how new of a thing this is, you guys. That people don't know what a digital photo booth is. Everybody, mostly everybody, knows a photo booth being with prints. So when I get the leads, my goal is to give them the prices for the prints and also introduce the digital booth and give them the pricing for the digital. And all I do is I tell them the benefits of both. Hey, with the prints, we got to charge you by hour and it will be more expensive. As to where our digital photo booth, we will allow you to have it all day, anytime from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And it's a lower price. They're like, oh, wow, okay, you know what? That sounds pretty good, but we want prints still, but I love the value of having it all day. And what I'll tell them is I'm like, look, you can always print your photos after, because the digital booth, right, I'm on the phone, the digital booth will save every single photo for you. So let's just say the day after you want to go to CVS or, you want to get them printed, you can do it. Or we can print all of the photos for you after and ship them out to you at a very, very competitive rate, which I'll charge them about $150 extra to do that if they decide. Or if they want to pick and choose 50 photos, I'll do it for $100. The prints are cheap. The media, right? The paper and the ribbon, for the high tea, it's 7 cents a strip. It's cheap. Very, very cheap. So, yeah, we get a lot of people wanting prints, but when they hear the deal of digital and they hear what it can do, we are converting people. Do you put photo gallery on website? Nope. We don't do it, but this is how I like to operate. I want to use me sending them the gallery link, right, to the photos the next day as a opportunity to get them to leave me a review. So the following day, I send an email or a text, just depending on how I've been communicating with this customer. Some of the older people don't like texting, like email, but if we've been communicating via text, I'll say, hey, here's a link to all of the photos that we've taken at your event. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Also, here's a link to leave us a Google review. If you want to leave a review, please leave a review and use your favorite photo. I'll also use this. Technically, I heard you're not supposed to do this, so this isn't something I do, right? I don't do this, but in Grand Theft Auto, right, my character, what I like to do is I like to send them the gallery link the day after the event, and I'll say, hey, pick your favorite photo and leave a review and post the photo that you like the most on the review, I will print that out and send it to you for free in GTA, not in real life. Okay, George is saying, is Luma Booth 2024 better than Curator? Better, no. I think Curator is the word better is hard, right? Is it better? Yes and no. Better in the fact that you have more customization that you can do. You can change the buttons. You can do way more customization, and it has more AI technology, but it's a lot more expensive. And for Luma Booth, you're going to be spending a lot less. And I think Luma Booth does have all of the features that 99% of clients will want. So it's the best software for those that are starting off. That is the God's honest truth. And you know, if I get a customer that wants some effects behind me and things like that, then yeah, we'll use Curator. But most of my events, we're using Luma Booth, and that's my recommendation for you guys. Luma Booth is a lot simpler too. That's what I love about it. It's easy to navigate, make changes directly on the iPad, versus having to go on the back end and then reloading it. So I do think Luma Booth is the best one for you guys to start off with. Then as you keep growing your business, and let's just say you get a client that's like, hey, we want to be turned into a Barbie, or we want XYZ. Luma Booth doesn't offer that. That's when you can explore other softwares. So yeah. Let me know if you guys have any other questions, any other comments. Please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out here with anything you want to know. So the whole point of the live, going over everything that you need to start a photo booth rental business, is just kind of the tangible things, right? The things that you're gonna need to spend money on. You know, I think it's a great idea to also invest in, if you have our deluxe booth, you can get custom magnets made, right? And I'm telling you, this is a game changer, you guys. Let me take you here. I'm going to take you to a landing page here really quick. Okay. So we have a QR code. I'm going to show you guys. So we have a QR code that we put on our photo booth that says get a free quote. And I just updated this here. So your name, date of event, location, event type, email, phone number, and then what do you want us to include. So basically giving what they would like. And then this QR code, is creating leads for us. So it's important to understand the difference between the power of a QR code and a business card. Business card is great if the person that's getting it is responsible enough to keep it, not lose it, is ready to actually contact you or look at your stuff. When you have a QR code, the ball's in my court. I can follow up with you because you filled it out. I know when your date is for your event, so I can check availability. I can be like, hey, look, I have 0 bookings this day. I don't mind giving them a good deal so I can make some money, versus not knowing what day it's on. And you have a lot more flexibility here. So the power of the QR code, I'm telling you, every event, we are average getting anywhere from 5 to like 8 leads for an event with the QR code. Vic, do you think Vic S, do you think WCM Plus is better than an Aircast Pro? I don't like any of those. I've had them both, and I've had issues with both. Issues to the point to where I don't know what happened, and I'm not the type of person to make a mistake once and repeat it. If you think, look, I'm just telling you, the cheaper route, get a laptop. You can get an $85 cheap laptop. You can then invest in that little, you can invest in one of these, $30 on Amazon. This will act similar to the Aircast Pro by creating a Wi-Fi signal. It's not internet, right? It's a Wi-Fi signal to where your iPad can communicate with the laptop. The laptop tells the printer to print. Everybody I know in this business that's crushing it, that's using Luma Booth, is using the laptop also with that device. Zach Taylor, is a camera needed, or is an iPad just enough for the photos? So if you have an iPad booth, you don't need a camera because the iPad has the camera on it. Best advice for starting a 360 photo booth business. Just understand, if you're starting a photo booth business, I don't think a 360 is the best option to start with. Don't build your business don't build your business on a trend. 360 photo booths are trends. Trends get popular, they decline, maybe a little bit more, but trends go up and they usually end up going down. So build your business around something that will be around forever. Photos will always be around. I have a photo of my grandma and my grandpa and my grandma when they were dating over 50 years ago. Will that photo in 50 years still be cherished? You bet it. My kids are going to have it, right? Do I think a 360 video is going to be shared and popular 50 years from now? Probably not. It's a social media thing, right? So build your business around the photo booth and then add a 360. I know a lot of 360 booth owners don't like hearing me say this. I upset a lot of people, but it's the truth. It's a trend. It's a platform with an arm spinning around it or overhead going around it. So my best advice is start your photo booth business and then include that. You can offer it, but what I like to do is I like to offer it to the people that book the photo booth as an add-on. We'll say, hey, for an extra $700 for the 5 hours, we can bring the 360 booth. And my best advice to you is get a 360 photo booth that has stability. I don't think it's a good idea to buy a cheap 360. The one that we have, the one that we sell, has the D-mount, so it's very, very sturdy. But just get a sturdy one. Get a sturdy one. Nothing worse than getting a 360 booth and then seeing the footage and the arm is like wobbly. And then also to understand for your 360 booth, you have to be present. You're a babysitter. You're a high-paid babysitter. And again, that's why I'm not the hugest fan of 360 booths, because there's no way around it. You need an attendant. And that attendant has to be watching at all times. You got to be a babysitter. Hey, every single person that's on the platform, please do not move your feet. Do not jump. Do not get off of the platform. Do not touch the arm. You have to say this to every person because people can get hurt and a lot of people are drunk and they're not listening. So just understand what you're getting yourself into ahead of time. King David, how much more do you raise your prices for the holiday season? Like I was asked to do a wedding on New Year's Eve. I doubled the price and I didn't hear back from the client. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of extreme. Double the price? We don't change our prices. I don't care if it's Halloween, Christmas, or whatever. Our prices are the same. And I can see from a customer standpoint, if you're charging me double, I'm going to probably be upset and look elsewhere too. So yeah, we don't change our prices. 360 photo booth rentals, RK. What do you think about digital business cards? They're okay, but again, like, what happens if someone's asking for a business card and you're like, I have a digital one, and they're like, oh, I don't have my phone on me, or if they have some weird Android phone, maybe sometimes it doesn't work. I think it's a good idea, but also have physical cards too. I think it's a good idea to have both. Info Story, what's up? What's up? Tom, what's up, Tom? Drew, I've been watching from the UK. I run my photo booth business on your advice. I like you don't use the WCM. Love your videos. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Zach Taylor, do you do unattended events? Thoughts on that? Man, you must be new here, man. I'm the king of unattended events. I do photo booth pickups. That's where customers pick up the equipment from me. They set it up, they break it down, they bring it back. We do the drop off, and these are digital, right? Digital pickup option. We do digital drop offs where we drop off the photo booth. They can use it, but we're gone. That is one of my favorites too. We also do the drop off with the prints. So I'm going to show you guys, look, I am not interested at staying at my events. I've been in the business 10 years. I love music, I love parties, I love the free food, but if I have an option to go home or to go drop off more equipment, that's what I want to do. And if you want to start doing the photo booth drop off with prints, the product right here, our new product, you absolutely have to get it. This right here will allow you to put your printer on the stand, then your printer on the stand, right? Then you put the cover over it. So the photos basically get shot out of here, and then that way they can grab it. They can't open it up. You can even screw it in to where they can't take the top off, right? Also on the back end, you know, cables and all that. But this is a necessity. You need this. And it's available for the DMP RX1HS, the HiTP P525L, and then those are 2 printers that we sell on the website. Or if you have the DNP, the DS628, you can use that. I think I even have a video on here. I do. What's up, everybody? Drew here. Today we have to have this. So look, it is our print stand with our print cover. This was a drop off right before we left. So the photos come out just like this. They can get it. There's no way that they can pull on it because we're not going to be here. So yeah. Make sure that clean to not see the tray, any type, just like that. So look, it just shoots out. And it, honestly, too, it makes the setup look nicer. I don't know about you guys, but this looks a lot better than a freaking printer just propped on a table. So, yeah, we do the drop-offs with the prints. I am in the works of trying to come up with a easy way to do a photo booth pickup option with a printer. It's just kind of difficult because there's so many steps that go into running a print event. And sometimes, you know, paper jams happen, and the last thing somebody wants to do at a party. I don't know. I'm trying. So we do a lot of pickups and a lot of drop-offs and pickups. Tom is saying I have an RX1HS. I daren't. What the hell does daren't mean? Daren't. Definition. Oh, it's British, right? Okay, it's a British term used as a contraction of dare not. Okay, you daren't. I daren't trust it to be left in case it breaks. What do you do? No. Look, that's why we have the cover. That cover is going to protect it. If you don't have a cover and people are around your printer and it's unattended, they're going to play with the cables. They're going to pull out the prints before it rips. That'll cause a paper jam. Maybe they try to open it, but with that case and that cover, they can't do it. Philip, for pickups, do you have an instruction manual or a video showing them how to operate it? We do. Yep. We do. There's instructions, and then on the back of the instructions, there's a QR code where they scan it and they can watch a video of me setting it up. That way they can set it up with that help there. Vic, I like the RX one better. What is it? Is it profitable photo booth business, or there's a lot of competition? Look, this is one of the there's not many questions that bug me, but that question might be one of them. Do I think it's profitable or a lot of competition? When people ask this question, I feel like sometimes they want me to convince them that it's worth it. If you're going into it and that is your concern versus how much money can I make, you know, what are the benefits of this business? What can this business do for me? You're already in a bad position. And anyone that ever asked me that question, my answer to you is don't start a business. Don't do it. If that's the first thing you're concerned about, don't do it. But to answer your question, I will answer it. I think there's not enough photo booth owners. I don't think there are enough because 2020 happened, the world shut down, 80% of the people that owned a photo booth sold it because there was no parties, there was nothing going on for about 1.5 years. So there is a big gap. We're back to normal. People are wanting to have parties like pre-2020. And everyone that I think we're like at 95% success rate at Photo Booth 101, from people getting their equipment to being able to get bookings and making money. So I think it's the opposite. But again, look, your questions there's reasons behind questions. So I think a good question to ask when you're first considering starting is, yeah, what are startup costs? What is the average person making when they're starting their business? And what are the pros and what are the cons of this business versus should I do it? Is there a lot of competition? I can bring you guys, maybe I'll do it one day, by my house. There's 4 gas stations in one intersection. 4. If you want to talk about competition and oversaturation, I don't think it gets any more busier than that. But each of the gas stations are offering different things. One gas station has a car wash. Other gas station has very, very cheap gas. The other gas station has very expensive quality gas. The other gas station has just regular prices, nothing special, not too cheap, not too expensive, but they have a store, a big Circle K where you can go in and get chips and a sandwich and all of that. So if you're focused on saturation, you're not looking at the opportunity there. You're not thinking about, hold on guys. Bro, I've been getting so many spam messages lately. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay. George is asking, where is the best place to get overlays template from? And can you use overlays with LumaBooth 2024? Why do you keep saying 2024? Like LumaBooth is running for president. Just say LumaBooth. Best place to get them? I don't know. We make our own overlays, so I'm not quite sure. You can go to Fiverr, I think. I'm sure you can get some designs done at Fiverr or freelancer.com. Or you can reach out to other photo booth owners and see if they'll do it for you at a fee. I know a lot of people that would be willing to do that. 919, iPad to USB C Anchor charger cables work better than USB. A little tip. What? When you say work better, what do you mean by work better? Because you don't need an angled cable. As long as it's charging your stuff at a faster rate than it's taking away juice, you're fine. Or do you mean convenient? Convenient can be, I think, what you mean. Anchor is the brand name. I know what Anchor is, but I'm wondering why you're saying works better. That's just what I don't understand. The works better. A gorgeous picture. Clear wrap the booths. Nah, it's not a bad idea for some protection. Definitely. What sort of outreach do you do to collaborate with businesses or events? 1 second. 919 meant, I meant charges quicker. Yeah, but here's the thing though, like if you just have if you have a cable that's not charging your iPad, it's called a slow charging cable. This issue is because you're using a cable that doesn't have the proper power, meaning like if you have a photo booth and your iPad's connected and you notice while you're using the booth, the percentage is going down, you don't have the proper cable. If you get an actual OEM or an aftermarket that's Apple certified, I mean, you don't need a angled cable or Anchor cable to do that. For instance, let me show you. There's I'm using one. You can get a pack of 3 for $15. Anchor's a little bit more expensive. Also, I think the guy above is a bot or a spy. Wait, what? You mean DJ for real? You mean 919 or Zach Taylor? Nelson, man, let me know. We've been having a ton of bots. I'd like to hear your input. I know Nelson is real. Okay. What makes you say that, man? Let me read these questions again. Maybe it's in the question. To your point, what's the general startup cost, site of operation? What's the average revenue for your first year business? What sort of outreach do you do to collaborate? He's not a bot, but you might be a douche. Google me. All right, Zach. Let's Google Zach Taylor. Okay. Let's Zach Taylor. Google me. You have a common name. So I don't know. Are you the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals? Or Zachary Taylor of the White House? That's a common white guy name. Sorry, man. Googled you, but I'm not seeing anything here. But yeah, now I'll answer your questions. I'll answer your questions, Zach. Google me. I love that. The confidence there, man. Google me. Okay, so general startup cost. All right, so it depends on where you're buying. All I can tell you is if you buy from us, it can be anywhere, and I'm including the iPad and all of the other stuff that I mentioned earlier. $2,200 on the cheap end, getting your DigiBooth with a $200 10.2 inch 9th generation iPad and all that, 22 all the way upwards of like $5,500. If you're getting the top of the line booth with a newer iPad, with backdrops, props, with a printer and all of that stuff. But again, even at 5,500, let's just even say 6,000. That is not a lot of money to buy something that can make you anywhere from $500 to $1,000 in one night. The ROI on this business is insane. I don't know any other business where you can literally pay off your equipment in a month to 2 months. Like most businesses, it's anywhere from 10 months to a year if you're successful to start seeing some profit. That's what I love about the photo booth business, man. But yeah, average revenue for the first year of the photo booth business. From Photo Booth 101, we have a very high number when it comes to the money that people can make, because if for Photo Booth 101, we don't just give you the equipment, we give you the community. We have Photo Booth 101 University, we have the live calls, we have the mentorship, we have the support system when it comes to the group chats. So people are making more money with us versus doing it by themselves. On average, I'm seeing people $30,000 all the way up to like $80,000 in their first year. There's some outliers. There's a guy that I helped start his first year. This guy made over $100,000. He made about $130,000 in his first year, which was crazy to see. So, you know what? I want to tell you guys about a scam that's been going on a lot lately. So, what is going on? People are calling you and they're recording the calls, and they're recording you saying hello, and they'll also try to get you to say the word yes. And they're doing that, taking those recordings, and apparently using like AI technology to make it sound like you, to where maybe they call your bank or they try to approve a wire transfer. So just be careful what you're saying. And I think it's a good idea nowadays to not even respond to scam calls. I don't want to see you guys fall for that. A friend of mine had got scammed for a few $1,000s. Yep, and we think that's what happened. Zach Taylor, I love that, bro. Zach Taylor, I'm trying to find you on Google, Zach. Who are you? If you said Google, come on, Zach Taylor. I want to know who Zach Taylor is. It's okay. Honestly, to some people, I know a lot of people look at me and some people to me, confidence and like being a little douchey, it goes hand in hand. There's nothing wrong with it, right? You can be what some people say is a douchebag, but like if you're charismatic, if you're funny, you know, forget the R in the last name. Oh, Trailer. Bro, I'm an idiot. Oh my God. I was typing in Zach. Okay. Zach Trailer. Are you on TikTok, Zach? Are you also a candidate for mayor? Trailer. Honestly, I don't know, man. That's a tough last name. Trailer. LinkedIn. Ah, okay, LinkedIn. Okay. All right. I see. I'm not going to put you on blast. Cool. Love it. Love it. I'm not on LinkedIn. I should be on there, but I'm not on there. Do you have your business license and insurance? Yes, I do. Insurance. All right. Insurance is important. And we're going to be ending the live in about a minute. But before I get to this last question here, you guys, I really want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Zach Trailer, KM, Fan Fave. Who else we got in here? DJ For Real, my man Nelson, 919. I see you. Thank you guys so much. Gorgeous pictures. George, Vic, Philip, Tom, all of you guys, Chris. So yeah, let's get to these last questions here. I am a human. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, business insurance depends on where you're operating. I think it's a good idea to check your local jurisdiction. Laws aren't the same in every county in the same state, so check on that. Liability insurance is literally $30 a month, $35 a month. It basically protects you from any damage that you do to the venue space, or if somebody gets hurt. Places to look to get insurance, Next and Hiscox. Don't fill out an online form and try to get information or insured, because you're going to have trouble. You want to pick up the phone and talk to a human. You want to talk to Zach on the phone, a human. Is that bag you showed with the event checklist available to purchase on your website? Yep. It's like 18 bucks. It's the Photo Booth 101 checklist bag. You guys can get that online. It's on, yep, online. I love it, man. What a fun live, man. This was a fun one, you guys. Definitely going to be in contact. I really appreciate your help. Yeah, Zach, my pleasure, man. Good to know you're not a bot. Cool. All right, guys, let me know if you have any other questions here. We're going to wrap it up. I'm actually going to be switching to TikTok for a 30-minute live. So if you want to continue the fun, it's Photo Booth 101 on TikTok. We just hit 30,000 followers, which has been crazy. I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now, and in just 1 year, we hit 30,000 on TikTok. It's a lot easier to grow social media on TikTok. Also, if you don't have a TikTok account for your photo booth rental business, you're dropping the ball. We've been getting consistently 3 to 4 bookings, new leads, new customers from TikTok videos. You can literally make a video. Next time you're at your event, just set up the camera, do a time lapse of people using your photo booth, right? For maybe a 25-second time lapse. You can get your phone, use that time lapse on TikTok, make a video where you're saying, hey, rent our photo booth for XYZ amount. You can do digital photos, talk about what you offer. You can even do a voice where it'll read the text in a voice. Then you can give us an email or call us. You tag a location, like if you're in LA, you tag LA before you post it, right? TikTok's gonna show that video to people also in LA. We're getting real leads there all organically. TikTok last month made me about $2,300 from rental revenue from just TikTok, you guys. I didn't spend a dime. It's free. TikTok has been very, very good to business owners. Fan fave, you're welcome. You're welcome. George is saying, when is your next live event for photo booth for YouTube? Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Am I going to be here tomorrow? I'll only be in here if we have a meeting. A lot of people make meetings on Saturdays to come in here, and if I'm going to come in here, maybe I can. But for sure on Monday. Gorgeous picture, Google Ads, $50 or less per day. Is that a question? Yeah, I'll be in here tomorrow. We have Sonia coming in for what? What does Sonia need? My sister and I want to start a photo booth business, hopefully to start by November. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. I love my YouTube community. Everyone here with entrepreneur mindset. What a fun one. We thought we had a bot in the chat, but turns out to be a Zach Trailer human, also on Google. We talked about things you need to start a photo booth business. And yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. I swear this means the most when you guys hop on here and let's do something. If you guys are live, I'm gonna give you, so we have 15 people here. I know a lot of people just left, and I wanted to weed out the fake ones. 12 people in here, perfect. I'm gonna give you guys something for free now. Write this down. This is only if you're live. The email must be sent in the next 5 minutes. We have Luma Booth digital props that we sell on our website. I'm gonna go there right now. I'm gonna show you guys which ones we have. So I'll go to the website. I'm gonna give you my email address. Just send me an email and then just type YouTube in the subject line. I will give you guys all of the digital props that we sell for free. They're digital props. You can use them for Luma Booth. So the email is photobooth101info@gmail.com. photobooth101info@gmail.com. I'm gonna send you all of them, you guys. They're $3 a pack. So it's the Luma Booth digital baby shower props, the birthday pack, the Christmas pack, graduation pack, you have the quinceañera pack, and you also have the Spanish pack and the wedding pack. This is free for all of you guys that are here now. So in the next 5 minutes, if you guys email me in 6 minutes, for all I know, you saw the recording of the live. It has to be done in the next 5 minutes. I will send you guys all of these for free. So let's just say you get a quinceañera event, right? Someone wants to book you for their quinceañera and you don't have any props. You can literally just use these ones here and say you have digital quinceañera props. This can be the deciding factor if they book with you or not. If someone's shopping for a photo booth rental and prices are the same, or if you're a little bit more expensive, I'm telling you, it's little small things like this that can make a difference. So I will do that for you guys. Photobooth101info@gmail.com. All right, my friends. Love you guys so much. Take care. God bless.